If you love pretty designer series paper, chances are you have a pretty big stack of scraps and leftovers. So in this video tutorial, I want to show you a very sweet and simple card idea how you can use up those scraps with the Gathering Moments bundle by Stampin' Up. I'm featuring this all week here on my YouTube channel. I'm also offering, because it's my September card class, I'm offering a class kit. I have a link in the video description where you can find all the details on how to get the class kit, how to get it for free, and the time period it's available. It's only for a limited time, so don't wait too long. Let me put my sample up here, and here are the bits and pieces that we need and that would be included in your class kit. So we have a basic white thick cardstock base in portrait. Then I have some old olive cardstock that are already embossed with the new Gathering Leaves embossing folder. Here's a little time-saving tip. If you make lots of cards and lots of the same, I highly recommend our large embossing folders, because if you make portrait cards, depending on the card design on the embossing folder, you can actually emboss layers for 2 cards at a time. I really love that about the new big ones. So we have that. This is cut to 3 3/4 by 5. Then we have a basic wide layer of the regular cardstock. So this is not the thick one. That is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I die cut a piece of basic white cardstock with the nested labels dies, nested essentials dies. So these have been around for a while, but I use them all the time. They fit so many sentiments and, you know, just whatever layers you want to do on your cards. So you have 3 different designs, 4 of each. So if you don't have these yet, I highly recommend. And then I have my bits and pieces here. So in all honesty, I did cut these to size on purpose. I started out with a piece that is 3 by 4, and then I just cut them down all to like 1-inch pieces. So you could also use up scraps that are already 1 by 1, or pieces that are 2 by 1 and just trim them down. So, but you're going to need 12 pieces that are 1 inch in size. So let's start with that, because this is definitely going to be the, so to speak, the longest part of this tutorial, is to glue them all down. So I'm bringing in my silicone mat here, and first what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the pieces that I want at the front. So maybe I want to show the mushrooms a little bit, and I like this one. So I'm already laying out my pattern. Just choosing the bits and pieces that I want to show. Oh, this one really had a whole lot of, oh, I like this one up there. This one had a lot of, yeah, crushed curry and old olive bits and pieces to it. Maybe let's do this one over here. So I know I will do that one. Let me just flatten that out a little bit. Sometimes the paper trimmer will just leave a little bit of a raised edge there. So we will do that one. And let's see, I know I will flip this one over. Same here. So I'm just flattening these out a little bit. Oh, that seems like it's not cut straight. So let me just fix that real quick. So I'm just going to line this up, if I can see it well enough, on my paper trimmer. Yep, there was just a tiny hair of extra. So we'll put that down here. Let's see, that one there. And this one up here, like that maybe. No, I kind of, oh, I think I like that one. So, and then you can still decide if you want to switch out something. Yeah, I like this one better. So, and maybe do the mushroom that way. So I'm just laying this out so I know where the pieces go. So I'm not doing that while I already have my adhesive on there, making a big mess. So now is the final point to make your decision about which side you want to show. By the way, I think I did mention this. This is the Gathering Together designer series paper that also came out in our online exclusive. So all of these products are online exclusives. So let's just see that that works out. And if you want to make sure that your pieces have the right size, don't ask me how I know, I just know. Okay, so that's going to fit on there. So let's just put adhesive on all of these pieces. Oh, sorry, I bumped into my table. So bringing in some Stampin' Seal. So I don't need to be too... It's just about keeping the order that I chose for them. So just with this design, the Cajun Crate, this side of the designer series paper, you just want to make sure that the leaves go the right direction. And you may notice that it's the same design as the embossing folder. So I really love that coordination. Okay, so then we have this one. We have this one. So putting all of my adhesive on there kind of saves me some time when I want to assemble my layers here in a second. And the last one. I feel like I'm crafting with 2 left thumbs today. Alrighty, so let's put them on here. And I'm just going to pick up one after another. And I like to do the corners first so I have an idea. You just want to start somewhere, and I hope I'm still on camera. Just want to start somewhere so you get an idea of how much space you need to leave. Unless you want to measure it out and marker it or something like that. But so I like to do one side so I know at least in this direction they're even, and then let's do the bottom one. So I know I have an even space all around. Oh, come on. Okay, we can wiggle a little bit more to the middle there. And if they're not perfectly 1 inch by 1 inch, then that's fine too. I think some of my pieces might be a little bit smaller or bigger, but that's totally fine. It's a handmade card. Okay, so now we can just go and place in the rest. And yeah, this is definitely the more finicky part. Well, not just the part that takes the longest. So okay, 2 more. Oh, and you see I should have gone a little bit lower there. So that's why I like to put adhesive just in the middle so I can still move my pieces around a little bit. And push them into place. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, let's see. Yep, so that looks good. All right, so and now we need to do just a little bit of stamping. I picked the Many Thanks sentiment from the set, and I will stamp that in Cajun Craze, one of the main colors in this paper. So let me just pull that aside a little bit. Try my best to get it there in the right spot. Looks good. Okay, we can close our ink pad because that is all done. So now we can go ahead and glue our card together. So we got our old olive. Let's see. I know that's not going to cooperate, so we'll just stick with the, no pun intended, we'll stick with the Stampin' Seal for this card. I think I need to go through all my opened liquid glue on my tumble bottles and see which one's actually full. All right, so I'll just put that on here. Make sure your leaves are in the right direction. And then this will just get glued down as well. So if you wanted to, of course, you could pop this up with dimensionals. All right. I do feel like that maybe my basic white wasn't 100%. Okay, but that's okay. All right, so I'm putting a little bit of adhesive here in the middle to put on my linen thread. And in this suite, the Gathering Together suite, there's a double pack of linen thread in Early Espresso and Old Olive. So I have about 11 inches here, and I will just put them into a loop or in a bow, kind of. So let's see if I can get this linen thread to coordinate with me a little bit. Okay, let's bring this down and just glue that down there right to the card. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks good. Like it. Okay, so then we'll just need a few dimensionals. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, I might get in the way now with my ribbon, but that's okay. The linen thread is pretty thin, so that should still work out. Okay, so I'm trying to place it in the middle of my panel. Okay. Well, that's a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then for finishing touch, I'm bringing in the Cajun Craze and gold dots to just put some on here. Let's see, what did I do on my sample card? So I did the big one. I'm telling you, 2 left thumbs today. So I'll put one down here under my label a little bit. I don't know why, but I've been doing that quite a bit recently. So then I take a medium-sized one and I'll put that over here, and then take another small one and I'll put that down here. So, all right, and there we go. That was our card. Using up scraps, or you know, if you just want to play with it and have some fun with 1-inch pieces of designer series paper. But like I said, I started out with a 3x4 piece, but you can, you know, use up your scraps that are already cut to 1 inch by 1 inch, or just trim them down to that if you have a whole bunch of 1-inch strips. I know I do. So yeah, just a fun way. And of course, you can even mix and match from different papers if the colors still coordinate. I think that would also look really fun. And like I said, this was part of my, or this card idea is part of my September card class. If you missed the first 2 cards, I will link them right here at the end of this video. And thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.